if you've ever been called too intense, too much, but also on the flip side, cold and distant, then listen carefully, because that contradiction is a nervous system pattern, and it's got nothing to do with your character or your personality. It's not a flaw. When your capacity is high, you're going to be more intense. You're going to speak directly. You're going to move at speed. You're going to have strong opinions. You're going to have confidence. You're not going to soften. You're going to be exactly who you are. And if people can't keep up, then that's that. You're going to be more present. You're going to be more intriguing in conversations. You're going to be more fun. You're going to be at your best. 3 steps ahead of everybody else. You're going to take up exactly the right amount of space in any room. And people will probably interpret this as being strong, maybe intimidating, maybe even sometimes a bit difficult. But that's just you. You're fully resourced, you're completely yourself, and your capacity is high. But then when capacity drops, you start to withdraw. You become quieter. The directness becomes flatness, and the intensity becomes absence. And you stop engaging with things that usually would hold your attention. You start to become a little bit more unreachable, especially in rooms that are full of people who actually love you and want to be around you. And this is where people would start to describe you as cold and distant and hard to read. And you're the same person, just described in 2 completely opposite terms. And it all depends entirely on the version that they encounter. Now, your nervous system is wired for high level output, high intensity, high engagement. That wiring is the source of everything incredible about you. That wiring is the source of your high performance, the depth of thinking, the quality of your work, the intensity and the presence that you bring when you have high capacity, when you are fully there. But that same wiring requires significant resources to actually sustain it. When your capacity is high, you have those resources. Intensity runs cleanly, and you're in what I call the fire. But when your capacity starts to drop and your brain begins to protect itself by withdrawing because it's simply become too stimulated, then it's going to reduce your engagement, it's going to limit your output, it's going to create distance between you and anything that requires energy that you just don't have. And that's the coldness that people see. It's not who you are, it's just your nervous system protecting itself. It's a protection mechanism when you are running below the threshold that you need to sustain your more natural state. So the goal is not to suppress the intensity, because intensity is not a problem. The goal is to build capacity infrastructure that allows the intensity to exist sustainably. So the fire becomes your default rather than an occasional good day. And then the cold and what I call the fade, the withdrawal, becomes less frequent. It's shorter, it's less severe. We see less of a extreme spectrum where you're really up, you're really down. So the capacity Catalyst workshop will walk you through all of this. It will show you what infrastructure looks like. It shows you why it works specifically for women who are wired the way you are and who are high performers. And it'll give you some frameworks and even an assessment tool to show you your current capacity state. You can get that 100% for free. You don't need to put your email in, nothing like that. Just hit the button down there and you can go and watch it. Now, in the next video, I'm going to explain why some women are built for intensity, but were never given the infrastructure to actually sustain it, and why there is a gap and the problem with the gap.